What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Thomas Dolby as we continue with Aliens Ate My Buick, 1988. And the next track is Budapest by Blimp, though I think in the Hungarian pronunciation it would be Budapest by Blimp. In any case, yes, I don't know exactly how literally to take this, though I would not be surprised if it is more or less a visual narrative description of someone traveling to Budapest by Blimp, which certainly seems an unusual mode of transportation, even back in the 80s, meaning it sounds like sightseeing or, a tourist type of attraction. But to say by Blimp suggests not like going up in a blimp and looking at some sights and coming back down, but actually traveling from some other location to Budapest by Blimp. So, yeah, it's an intriguing, if a bit opaque title. Let's give it a listen and I'll see what I can catch. This is Thomas Dolby. The song is Budapest or Budapest by Blimp, and it's from his 1988 album Aliens Ate My Buick.
Of the moon. In the cafes and shopping malls, I see your face. To mist on evening dew, but a book and a photograph just aren't the same. There is a train that's leaving soon. And palaces, I'll hold your hand until the fog has lifted. Maybe better you hold me close than understand. Strangely parried, splendor restored. They never told you that in school. Messieurs, mesdames, regardez bien, je vous en prie. Here's a map and a diagram, a shriveled page, ripped from the book of history. Antiquity, frozen in time, built on the ashes of the Jews. And for your curiosity, beauty sublime, signed in the blood of Zeus.
So the way the track played out for the last minute or so makes me wonder, is this like a real concert recording from a show he did in Budapest, and maybe it was, on an earlier tour and it really affected him and he, maybe had audio of it. Now, you can put crowd noise into a track that's not actually taken from a live recording, and up until the last minute, it sounded very much like a studio recording. So I think it still might be that, but perhaps splicing in some moment that was captured on audio recording from a concert he did. I'm not sure. I mean, lyrically, there's a lot going on here, and the more I start to think about one aspect, he then bring in something else. It's like, oh wait, what? So like at first, it's something he's talking about Budapest and traveling over it, around it, seeing sights in it from Blimp, as if it's part or like the backdrop of a story between him and someone else, saying like, you know, seeing her, I'll say, at, you know, cafes and places around town, and then, oh, there was another line that seemed to be very like talking to a you in a one-to-one kind of way. But then he's saying like, oh, and then we were up in the fog and like wasn't sure where to go next, and I was thinking, you know, traveling by blimp or, you know, hot air balloon, whatever it is, it seems, you know, dangerous, you know, like it would be dangerous to travel by plane or helicopter in heavy fog. But yeah, it feels like that might have been a metaphor and, you know, not being really clear where to go or where it might be safe. But then he's talking about like, you know, it's, what is it, a race from the history books or something? And then it was like he was maybe speaking about like cultural or historical matters, or like making reference to the place itself, and it seemed like the scale of what he was referring to suddenly became bigger. So yeah, I'm not sure how to stitch together all the tidbits that I heard. And again, it was like I'd hear a new line and start thinking about that, and I was like, oh wait, what was the other line I wanted to talk about? Which does happen, but it happened like 3 or 4 times during this listen, so definitely one I'm going to have to hear again and digest the lines some more, but I do welcome any insights and interpretations people might have. But yeah, again, you know, some funky bass along the way. Ultimately, it wasn't the busiest or craziest tune of his sonically, but definitely, again, a bit, you know, funky and, you know, off the beaten path a little bit from like a, you know, a synth pop or like synth funk tune from the 80s. So yeah, again, compared to some of his other tunes, not quite as zany or quirky, but still having, you know, some eccentric flavor to it. So yeah, definitely enjoyed that one. I just don't quite know what to make of it narratively / thematically on a first hearing, but I am very much intrigued. So once again, just a cool artist that, again, I knew a little bit going back in the day, but I've only learned about more recently in my audio deep dive the last couple years. And also, again, I did a song documentary watch along over on my Patreon a few months ago for She Blinded Me With Science, which was very enlightening because it was about that song, but it was also kind of about his early career more generally. And it was the first time I had seen him talking. Like, you know, there's some interview moments with him, and yeah, I'd never like seen him and, you know, heard him talking before, so that was very enlightening as well. In any case, let me know what you think of this, and I will see you next time. Peace.